All right, welcome to The Explainer. You know that feeling when you turn on the radio and it's just the same thing over and over? Well, if you're feeling that musical fatigue, I've got something for you. We're going to dive into the French band Dowdelin and their incredible new album, Tchenbe.
So right away, we get this incredibly powerful statement. Dowdelin's music isn't just for fun, it's being called an act of rebellion. This isn't just about making a cool new sound, it's a direct challenge to a music scene that they see as predictable and, let's be honest, a little boring. I mean, that's not just a mission statement, right? That's basically a declaration of war on musical monotony. Okay, so that's a pretty bold claim to make. So who are these musical rebels? Who's trying to kickstart this sonic revolution? Let's dig in and meet the band behind it all.
All right, so let's really unpack this idea of rebellion in sound, because their new album, Tchenbe, it's not just another record. You get the sense it's a full-on statement piece, you know? It feels like it was built from the ground up to really shake things up. And that brings us to the album itself, Tchenbe. When you listen, you kind of have to ask yourself, are they on some frantic race for musical richness, or do they just want to make us go absolutely wild on the dance floor? And honestly, after listening, I'm pretty sure the answer is, yeah, both. Why not both? Okay, so what does this rebellion actually sound like? Well, the metaphor that keeps coming up is an explosive cocktail. And honestly, it's perfect. So let's break down what's in this thing, because this is where you really start to get the magic of what they're doing. Yeah, this whole cocktail explosive idea, it's really the key to understanding them. I mean, seriously, think about it. How many bands can take all these super complex genres and smash them together, but still make something that hits you right away? Something that just physically makes you want to get up and move. It's this incredible, masterful blend. It's like sonic alchemy, for real. All right, so let's look at the ingredients. Okay, so you've got these amazing, soulful jazz rhythms as your base. Then you pour in this just infectious, sunny energy from Caribbean music. And for that modern kick, you throw in a touch of electro and this deep, can't ignore it funk groove. And, you know, any one of those things could totally take over the whole track. But nope, somehow they just nail the balance perfect. Right, but a sound this unique doesn't just pop into existence, you know? If you really want to get the why behind their whole mission, you got to go back to where they started, in Lyon, France. And the way it's described is so powerful. They didn't just form in some bubble. They literally came out of this frustration with a local music scene that they just saw as, well, creatively dead. It's like they weren't even trying to join the party. They wanted to tear the whole house down and build something completely new on the ruins. It's so cool. And you can totally see this journey, this evolution when you look at their albums. You start with Carnival Odyssey back in 2018, then you get to Lamu Lamu in 2022, and now we have Tchenbe. And what's so clear is that this is not a band that found a winning formula and just hit repeat. No way. They're always pushing, always refining their sound. And look, this energy, it's not just a studio thing. Not at all. There's this great little story about a hometown show they did in Lyon back in 2019 that just says everything. Apparently, their live show was so electric, so infectious, that it just created this wave of pure joy in the crowd. I mean, that right there, that's the cocktail explosif in action. Okay, so we've got the rebellious sound, we've got the cool origin story, but what does it all mean? Like, what's their actual impact on the bigger musical picture? And this really lays it all out, side by side. So on one hand, you have the status quo, right? A scene just filled with copycats, everything sounding kind of flat and monotonous. But then, you look at Dowdelin's approach, and it's the complete opposite. Instead of clones, you get a firework of creativity. Instead of boredom, you get an iconoclastic experience. Something that breaks the rules by mixing old traditions with something totally modern. They are the definition of unpredictable. And this right here, this is the big takeaway. See, Dowdelin isn't just dropping another tile into the big musical mosaic. With an album like Tchenbe, it feels like they're taking a hammer to the whole thing, shattering it, and then rearranging the pieces into something brand new.
They are literally changing the rules for how all these different sounds are supposed to play together. So, after all this talk about rebellion and explosive cocktails and changing the whole landscape, what does it all boil down to? Well, this is basically your personal invitation. Because look, I can sit here and explain all the ideas, but the real proof, it's in the music itself. The only way you're gonna really get what this rebellion is all about is to feel it for yourself. So what are you waiting for? Go find the album, hit play, and see if you're ready to join them on the dance floor. And when you do listen, I want to leave you with one final thought, one question. What are you going to hear first? Is it going to be the jazz or that irresistible Caribbean rhythm? Or are you just going to get lost in that amazing space where the funk and the electro pull it all together? That answer? Well, that's your own discovery to make. Thanks for tuning in.